Alrighty, so today we are going to be talking about my inquiry project, which is investigating literacy learning with learning disabilities, with students that have learning disabilities. My name is Allie, and this is for LS 1045. The purpose or the reason I chose to talk about this for my inquiry topic is because I believe that students that have learning disabilities are no less than people or students that do not have learning disabilities. And I feel we should meet our students where they are at, always. So the three questions I talked about in my interview in my bibliography is literacy strategies for developing reading and writing skills, the role of technology supporting literacy, and creating an inclusive classroom environment. I find all of these are very important and can help me in my future to create an effective learning environment for my students. The importance of this. This is very important to me because around 20% of students face learning disabilities affecting literacy. And this is very interesting and very informal because literacy isn't just for literacy. Literacy helps all academic learning. So like social studies, science, math, all of it. So like if we struggle to understand literacy, that's gonna affect the way we participate in our classrooms. Not we, the students participate in the classrooms, how they complete assignments, and the effects of their overall academic performance. So that's why I feel inquiry is important for this. And then technology also creates a important role because it allows students to have a technology that works with them, for them, so it helps bridge the gap that the teacher can't quite fill themselves. Gets them the different perspectives. That's where we're going to go into multi-sensory instructions. It helps improve their memory retention better than traditional methods, and you could do both, so it's just kind of a double whammy. Technology offers tools and adaptive learning platforms and interactive apps that can adjust their pace to the needs of each student. So that is also another reason technology plays a crucial role in their learning for literacy. Alright, so that's where we're going to dive into multisensory learning. So that is integrating auditory and visual approaches. So the article that I read said that you want to hear and see because that helps you learn better. For example, that's for those auditory and visual learners. Okay, so an example for visual would show a picture of a ball. And then for auditory, that would be like buh, like saying the beginning of it and clearly stating the buh. Alright, and then there's also phonics-based strategies, which explains methods where you break words into sounds. And we have these, I want to call them suffix cubes. That might not be right, but we use those in my second grade classroom where you sound each word out with a block. So if it's bad, it's b, a, d, bad, and they say it all together like that. So that's an example of that, of the phonics-based strategies. And immediate feedback and reassurance. That is very important because it helps them fix their mistakes quickly and it helps give the students confidence. So when you say, great job, like as soon as they did the task, that's going to help them know, oh, I'm doing this right. That gives them the confidence they need. Or you can gently correct them that they did it wrong, and you could gently correct them and have them fix it. Alright. Assistive technology. There is I don't know if I'm going to say this right, Kurzweil 3000. It enhances comprehension reading along with audio, can make challenging texts more accessible. And it's more effective for visual and auditory learners because it boosts fluency hearing words and helps them pronounce the words correctly. And then there's speech-to-text tools, improves writing skills, converts spoken words into text, which is very useful for students that struggle with handwriting or spelling. And then there's adaptive learning platforms like Audiobook that help them find books based on their reading level. Alright, and then it's very important to create an inclusive classroom environment for your students. So the ways that I found that you can create a literacy-friendly classroom is use visual aids like charts, photos, illusions, and diverse reading materials. So like if you have different types of denominations, that's not what I wanted to say, but cultures, different cultures in your classroom, then you can have the different types of books based on the different types of cultures you have in your classroom. And then having collaborative practices like small group instruction, peer tutoring, stuff like that. And then visual aids like photos, diagrams, and inclusive classroom types books, like I said earlier. All right. Then, the highlights from my interview that I had are, I liked that both of the people that I interviewed talked about how important the environment you give off is for your classroom, how important it is that you meet the students where they're at and have an adaptive classroom that you've noticed helps with their needs. So I thought it was very interesting that one of them said that the lightings, when they dimmed the lighting, it helped them like calm down and get into the mood of I need to focus and do what I'm supposed to do for work, for school, not work. And then I also thought that it was very cool that both of the teachers, they paired higher readers with lower readers to kind of help each other to where they're both getting what they need done. Because, yeah, okay. And then the similarities and differences I found with the bibliography in the interview was that both of them were talking about how important inquiry is in a classroom, how important it is to meet those cultural needs and differences you have in your classroom to help make it an inclusive environment, because it is very, very, very important that you have an inclusive environment for your students because it'll make them feel welcomed and have a better learning experience. Alright, so the reflection and my personal takeaways from this is that it is very, very important. Inquiry is something that I didn't know beforehand, but is definitely something I'm going to use and take away in my classroom. I thought it was very, very interesting that we as teachers need to, I'm going to say this a lot, but meet the students where they're at, because I think that's very important. And the things that we do really matter. So we need to try our best and use these tools that are here from us, technology, and honestly our peers, our coworkers that can help us be more effective. And yeah. And then my conclusions and my future directions that I'm going to be taking are effective literacy strategies for multisensory approaches. So meeting all those different approaches, because all students learn different ways, and it's very, very important that you meet them where they're at. Sorry, that's my favorite thing to say. All right, and then the role of technology. Technology plays a big, big role, and there's many sites out there that we can use to help our students with literacy. And then having an inclusive classroom environment. Very, very important, because you want the student to feel welcomed. It's very hard to learn from someone you don't trust. So you want to be that person that they trust and can go to and to talk about things. They're not just there to learn sorry, I'm at a loss for words right now. The standards, they're here to learn kind of how to be a human being and be a good person. So I think that's very important, and that's something I'm going to take away, and that's what I've learned from this class. Thank you.